Everybody online shows the perfect finished builds, but that's not the whole story. What if I told you that your build, the one sitting half apart in your garage right now, is already a success? This video isn't about trophies or finished paint jobs. This is about the part that no one talks about. The late nights, the setbacks, and the small wins that actually define success. So before you scroll past thinking your project isn't good enough, stick around. I'm about to show you why your project is already winning. I still remember the night I tore the interior out of my truck. I had parts and tools everywhere. The wife came out looking at me like I'd lost my mind, and for a second I thought, what am I even doing? It didn't look like progress, it looked like a mess. But looking back, that was the night everything started to change. Because the truth is, this part, the part no one shows, is where real success happens. Most people never see it, but if you're here, you know exactly what it feels like. Every new part that we put on, every bolt that gets tightened for the final time, it fuels us builders, because only the builder can see what the finished product looks like in his mind. And when you start seeing those visions come to life, the feeling is unmistakable. If you've been there, you know that feeling. Okay, sorry to interrupt. I know nobody likes when the video cuts to a sales pitch, so I'll keep it real. The OverBudget Garage website is up. We have merch and a community section where us like-minded builders can get together and keep each other motivated. We also have some new stuff dropping for Black Friday, which comes out Monday, November 17th. If you want to be part of what we're building here, I'll put the link in the description. Okay, now back to what you actually came here for. So what if we've been measuring success wrong this whole time? Somewhere along the way, a lot of us started believing that success means finished. That until the truck is perfect, until it's painted, until every piece is polished, it doesn't count. We forgot about the little things we've already accomplished because we're so focused on the end goal. But the truth is, progress is where success really lives. Every time you pick up a wrench, every time you fix something you broke last week, that's progress. And that's what really matters. Perfection is a moving target. You'll never actually reach it. Not with a truck, not with anything worth building. Perfection is easy to post online, but progress, the late nights, the unfinished stuff, that's learning. And that's what actually builds you. If you're anything like me, you'll learn something new or you'll figure out a better way with every small project. You see, when you stop chasing perfect, you start enjoying the build again. You start realizing that every small project is proof you're actually doing it and not just dreaming about it. And the funny thing is, those small steps, they start adding up to something you don't even notice at first. At the time, it seems like just one bolt or one trim piece. But the next thing you know, the interior's done, or you're letting the truck back down off the jack stands. It's more about the part that no one really sees. That's where the real growth is. And when I say the part that no one really sees, I'm not talking about the bolt that no one can see or the trim piece that's underneath the dash. I'm talking about the grind, the hours that didn't make it on social media, the nights you were chasing threads, redoing something that didn't fit right, or figuring out how to make one bracket actually line up. Those moments are where you actually learn something. Every mistake, every fix, every bolt that finally tightens down, that's a lesson that you'll remember for the next time. You can't rush experience. You can't skip straight to knowing what works. You gotta earn that through patience, through repetition, and through doing. And the thing is, those small wins start stacking up. Each time you take something apart and put it back together, you're getting smarter and your instincts get sharper. It's not about getting it perfect the first time. It's about understanding why it didn't work the first time. That's how you grow as a builder. Most people never see this part, the learning, the trial and error, but that's where the real skill is built. This is what separates the ones who dream about building from the ones who actually build. And the more you do it, the more you realize it's not just the truck that's changing. Because all this, the grind, the patience, the hours, it starts building something else too. You ever stop for a second, looked around the shop, and realized this whole thing has changed you? Because somewhere between the late nights and early mornings, between the broken bolts and little victories, You've been building more than just a truck. Every time you fought through frustration instead of giving up, you built patience. Every time you tried again after something went wrong, you built resilience. And every time you helped someone else with their build or shared what you learned, you built community. We think it's all about the metal, the paint, and the wheels, but really it's about who we become while we're putting it all together. That's why I always say, your build is already winning. Even if it's not finished, you're not the same person that started it. And that feeling, that quiet satisfaction when you finally step back and look at what you've done, that's success. It doesn't need applause. It doesn't need validation. Because the real reward isn't the finished product. It's knowing that you had the grit to build it piece by piece. Remember what I said at the start about redefining success? Let's go over what success actually is. So, what is success really? It's not the trophy. It's not the perfect paint job. It's not the after photo. Success is showing up over and over, even when you don't feel like it. It's the nights when nothing goes right, but you still pick up a wrench anyway. It's the moment that you finally take a step back and realize you built this. Not just the truck, but yourself. Because every problem you solved made you a better person. And that's why your build is already winning. Not because it's done, but because you're doing it. You're learning, you're growing, and you're building something that's actually yours. If you've watched the video this far, I want you to remember something. It's okay to take your time. Every builder works at their own pace. At the end of the day, progress is still progress. However, if you've been out here grinding for a while and you're starting to feel like the fun's fading, you might be hitting something that every builder faces, and that's burnout. It happens to all of us. I've been there too. And that's exactly what this next video is all about. How to spot build burnout and what to do when it hits. Because if success is showing up, burnout is what keeps us from wanting to. And I want to help you through that part too. So like, comment, and subscribe if this helped you out. Now get out there and build something cool.